Hey guys, welcome to Peace Through Truth. It's still Saturday, September 17th, 2016. It's 10 o'clock p.m. as I'm recording this one. I actually just caught wind of a Fox News story that, although it's not surprising, I would definitely call it alarming. And basically, all the important information is in the first few paragraphs. It says here the Obama administration expressed its regret Saturday for an airstrike that mistakenly killed Syrian forces, a senior administration official told Fox News, as the U.S. awaited a response from the Assad regime. Notice the words that they use in these propaganda pieces: regime, Assad regime. And we all know that the only reason why the U.S. is fighting there in the first place is to remove the Assad regime, not to fight ISIS, not to fight their own proxy army. The U.S. military halted its air raid against the Islamic State terror group in eastern Syria after learning it struck the Syrian military, a U.S. Central Command official confirmed. The CENTCOM official said the U.S. military was certain about the outcome of the strike. Officials had been watching these forces for a few days, thinking they were ISIS. It goes on to say that the United States has relayed our regret through the Russian Federation for the unintentional loss of life of Syrian forces, the administration official said. It marked the first known direct American strike on President Bashar Assad's forces. And that, I think, is one of the most important paragraphs of the article, highlighting the fact that it is the first known American attack on President Bashar al-Assad's forces. Now, this gets to be even more interesting to me because since Syria and Russia said the U.S.-led coalition had struck a Syrian military base in Deir el-Zar that was surrounded by ISIS fighters, enabling them to advance. There were no objections from the Russians ahead of the airstrike, according to a senior defense official. Now, a little bit later on, they say in June the Russians bombed a U.S.-backed rebel camp in southern Syria used by CIA-trained fighters. After the Russians bombed the camp in Al-Tanf, American officials called the Russians on a special hotline and told them to stop bombing. But instead of halting their attacks, the Russians sent in another group of attack aircraft to bomb again, ignoring the American request to stop. You know why? Because the Russians were actually bombing CIA-trained fighters, aka ISIS or Al-CIASIS, something the American press calls the Free Syrian Army. And by dubbing them the Free Syrian Army, they can encapsulate all these CIA-trained Islamic extremist groups that make up ISIS, the proxy army of the West. Now, the reason why I'm getting all bent out of shape about this strike on the Syrian forces is, for one, the American public has been strongly against a war in Syria for years, going back to the fake chemical attacks a few years back. But this literally comes just one day after the U.S. Commandos officially enter Syria. Now, this was from MeganKelly.org. Take her or leave her. She's still a Fox News journalist, so basically Fox News. It says, title, Blunder, U.S. Commandos enter Syrian town, get forced out by American-backed rebels. This was posted yesterday, September 16th, 2016. It says here that 5 or 6 U.S. Special Forces troops had to withdraw from the town of Al-Rai on Syria's border with Turkey after allies from the Free Syrian Army, FSA, Al-CIASIS, had driven them out, calling them infidels and crusaders. Several media outlets have reported the Turkish military, which last month openly crossed the Syrian border to fight against the Islamic State, more like the Kurds, IS, formerly ISIL, has admitted that the U.S. soldiers are providing a supporting and coordinating role in the operation being carried out between the Syrian towns of Azaz and Al-Rai, Reuters reports. So our soldiers went in. Actually, they got chased back out, forced out, this article says, but they actually got back in. There was another article that I caught that I can no longer read because I'm not subscribed to the website. They only gave me one free read. But it says that the American forces actually did return later on, being led by another FSA, Free Syrian Army group, also known as Al-CIASIS group, being their guides, helping them back in, so to speak. So there is just an absolute geopolitical clusterfuck going on here in Syria. Now, obviously, the U.S. soldiers providing a supporting and coordinating role coordinated American bombs right into Assad's army positions and killed at least 62 of his soldiers. So after that, ISIS advanced, right? I mean, it's pretty simple, cut and dry what's going on here, and it's very disturbing. Anyway, this video has gone on long enough. I believe I've touched base on just about everything I needed to touch base on. And the chances are, if you are subscribed to this channel, you're already experienced at reading between the lines of the mainstream media bullshit. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there. You guys have a great night, and thanks for watching.